Let's be serious for a moment. I'm always fucking serious, but listen up. Do all Americans act sneaky behind closed doors? Why can't they say things as it is? This honestly blew my mind. Allow me to explain this in more detail, and let me know in the comments if you have noticed this. Play the goddamn intro. I am pissed off.
Oh, crying. I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. Do the most crying in history. Power potent, go show up. This camera clippers blow up. It's bossy, oh, crying. 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 Bossy, oh, crying.
So it seems Stylecraft have found a little strange approach dealing with having a bad reputation. So if you badmouth TPOB publicly, you will hear from them, and they will make a deal with you. Now it's a great strategy if you're failing, but to claim you're a big brand and need to do this is absolutely batshit crazy, and just gives people like me more purpose. But the funniest part is, we already knew about this because some Clipper review guy on YouTube couldn't keep his mouth shut. He started to tell people about this, and then we found out. We really love this, to be honest. It shows how huge our brand has gotten. Are you shocked Stylecraft are approaching barbers with gifts to keep them happy? Or is it a good move? Or is it desperate and weird? Let me know in the comments. Last week, a guy done a hate video on TPOB. He had about 300 subscribers, and the video got about 1,000 views. And surprisingly, he got a huge package from Scamma. I mean, this is a crazy silent attack, but at least we can see it coming now. So if we speak out loud, it's used against us? I would prefer someone to be honest than sneaky and backstabbing. Wouldn't you? I wanted to get your opinions today and ask you the viewers, who I assume are mostly barbers. How would you react in a certain situation? And what better way to do than a story from TPOB himself? So let's do it.
Listen, I wanted to tell you a little story today because
Surely TPOB is the only owner of a Clipper brand who can do this. And it's funny. Imagine the owner of Babyliss telling stories how boring and scripted it would be. Or maybe it's the fact that none of the Clipper brands used to be barbers. That's probably it. I mean, I guess that's why we can relate to TPOB so much. Okay, let's get into this.
there's been all the drama and stuff. So I was just thinking back to my barbershop days. And I'm saying that like it's 20 years ago. Like, you know what, back in my day in the bar. No, it's not like that. I mean, I'm fairly young, I think so. I mean, I know you don't know how old I am, but whatever, right? So I'm thinking of it one day when
If you had to guess what age TPOB was, what age would you say he is? Let me know in the comments. The best answer will win something. So comment now and subscribe. You have my word, the closest answer will win something.
came into work. So anyone who knows me knows that I'm notoriously late. Like, not in life, just for work. Like, if you tell me to meet you somewhere, I'll be on time. But if you tell me to be at the barbershop on time, never. Never. And it was pure just because I didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I was always...
When you start to hate barbering, usually barbers will bounce back and fall back in love with the craft. But when you hate it, it's the worst job ever. I remember for about a year, I would stroll into work 1 hour late every day. I didn't care. I wanted to be fired. Has this ever happened to you? Let me know.
late. So when I got there, everyone would already be cutting, and there was a walk-in shop, so everyone would already be waiting there. But I remember it well. It was a Saturday morning, I walked past, there's loads of people in the shop thinking, oh fuck, windows are all steamed up, all that sort of nonsense. I walked straight past, go and get a coffee, a Costa coffee. I used to get a caramel latte, sugar-free syrup. One of the gayest drinks you can think of, but tasted good. So
I wanted to make a joke, but I don't think this will be the best place for it. Never mind.
go for coffee, come back, and I get in the shop. And there's actually not that many people waiting, like, because there's a few people waiting, but they're waiting for other people because I was like the barber that people didn't wait for. And I say that because it was like a mixture of, like, the other guys were better than me, and also that I butchered people on purpose who were fussy. So if a guy came in and he had, like, you know what I mean? If someone came in and he was either a dickhead or he had difficulty, I'd just do it a bit shitter. I'm not saying I'd like fuck him up completely, but I would do it so he knows it's a little bit worse. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's happy with the haircut, but he goes home and he knows it's a little bit worse than the guy next to me.
I would have been better than a lot of the barbers I worked with. But they tried so hard. They would get to know each client and try become best friends with the client. But me, I would say take a seat and not speak one word and do them as fast as possible. How do you act with clients? Don't pretend you're cool and don't care. Be honest and let me know now.
Dead. So next time he's going to be like, I ain't going to that guy again because he's the shit barber. And I was fine with that because I got to do all the easy ones, the men, the old men, the farmers, you know, the 2, 3 back inside. I'm happy with that. Fine. You can do the low blurry skin phase with thingy all day. But anyway, so I went over there, sat on the stool, started drinking my coffee, and I look over and there's this guy, and he's like this, like, homeless guy, kind of homeless, but you know, like, not like he's homeless, more like you just not. I'm gonna say, like, you know what I mean, like it's your fault kind of thing. Like he's just a dickhead, just a drunk, a druggie.
I can't tolerate anyone like this while at work. Drunk, homeless, high, it makes me angry. Especially a group of teenagers come in together and start laughing. That annoys me the most.
So he's sat in the shop and he's just drinking a beer, and it's Saturday morning. We're talking like 9:30 a.m. and he's drinking in the shop. And I look at, and bear in mind, I work with 3 grown men, and there's other grown men in the shop. And I'm looking at him like, why is there a homeless guy drinking fucking beer, stinking the shop out this early in the morning? And they're just all like, you know what I mean? They're like, get him out. So
is it just me? Or do you ever feel everyone else you work with at the barbershop is really dumb? I hate it when work colleagues never know what to do when something happens or they are afraid to speak up. And it's always me who has to do everything. Has this happened to you before?
I said to him, you right, mate, you having a haircut? He's like, nah, I'm just drinking. I said, get out. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah, I will when I finish my beer. So, like, obviously, right, that's not what you say to someone who's told you to leave. So I had this little thought in my head. I thought, right, so I either accept what he says and let him stay in, or I smash his face in. No, not smash his face. No, there's 3 options actually in there. Accept what he says, push the issue further, or smash his face in and drag it out. And I said, mate, you got to leave the shop. I said, please get out the shop, or I'm going to drag you out the shop. I can't remember what I said, my exact words. That just felt like I didn't say that. But I said,
please, barbers, have you seen or had any fights in the barbershop? Let me know if you have. I've seen some crazy shit. But that's a story for another time.
Said something along them lines. So, yeah, long story short, he started making excuses and blah, blah, but he left. And as I'm telling that story, I'm realising that story sounded like it was going to be better than it was. And it ended terribly because the guy literally just left. Nothing happened. No one fought. No one swung a punch. No one passed out. He just left and went on his way. And my point of this story is absolutely nothing. But I just want to say, if you're a drunk, waiting in a barber area, drinking on a Saturday morning, and you're in your 40s, just know it's not okay. Know it's weird. And know that you should not be there.
I mean, I guess that story was kind of funny. I would never guess the ending to be like that. But let's recap seriously. So now we know Stylecraft are doing some tactics. We also know they have been speaking to other barbers about us. But in a really smart way. You see, people will say, that's just business. But it's not. Our industry is smaller than most. We are not selling phones or cars, so everyone knows everyone in the barbering game. So when you do sneaky things, you're going to be found out. And no matter how sneaky or smart you may feel, barbers talk. It's a fact. Barbers can't keep secrets. Would you agree? Tell me if you think they are doing other things to try make us look bad. Or am I just paranoid and have no idea what I'm talking about? You decide. If this weird shit keeps happening, I'm going to have to move studios. I don't want to wear a bulletproof vest coming to work. Imagine what my neighbors would think. They already think I'm weird enough being the only toad who wears clothes at the swamp. Alright, barbers, that's it from me. Before I go, don't forget to use code TOADLIQUOR for an insane discount on TPOBUSA.com. But be fast, my codes are limited. And with that, it's goodbye, but not the end. I'm out. Peace.